G20 Interfaith Summit, we have regional pre-conference meetings that then feed into the annual conference, and this is the Pacific region. This is in fact the inaugural Pacific Interfaith Summit that we've held. And the purpose of it, as the theme suggests, is around sustainable development in the Pacific, but how the various faith communities, with their perspectives, their traditions, their wisdoms, can contribute to true sustainable development in the Pacific, with a Pacific focus.
All kinds of emotions flowed through our veins. We felt excited, overwhelmed, nervous. Never before in the history of PTC have we been offered such a privilege to host a regional meeting of such a magnitude that has brought all of you here to this place.
We have been really learning together. We have had the local knowledge and understanding together with the people in the Pacific. So in that sense, we can really bring the Pacific ways of doing things to the global platform.
We come together and discuss the 4 issues: climate change, economic growth, peace and justice, as well as quality education. Having discussed those issues and engaging in those issues from different perspectives, our faith will fit in the discussion.
The Pacific region is itself characterized by diversity, geographical, political, social, cultural, and religious. In the cause of future peace and harmony, development must be inclusive. And in order to include all peoples within the region, we must respect all their cultures and faiths. However, this is not just a matter of avoiding offense. Such diversity should be recognized and utilized as a source of strength.
Religion has a big role to play in most of the communities we have here, especially the 2 major communities, the big ones. Religion is still very influential.
Faith leaders and faith groups are the people who actually implement the desires and the goals. So governments, organisations will come together with ideas of what they want to do, but actually the people on the ground are the people that work with the communities, and in the Pacific, largely that is faith-based organisations and societies.
Coming to Interfaith all these years has enriched me not only in my relationship, in my understanding and knowledge of other religions, but it has also deepened my own faith.
We have the National Council of Churches in Samoa, but then obviously it does not include all the other faiths. So the challenge for government in Samoa would be to set up a platform whereby other religions and other faiths can come in to form part of this body.
I cannot overemphasize the importance of such a meet because this is a step to bring together people of diverse religious, cultural interest.
The focus of the program is to build strong communities, communities that are empowered, communities that can make informed decisions on development-related matters that concern their own day-to-day lives.
In this setting, as faith communities, we interact with others different from us, but it is at arm's length and a certain distance nuanced by wariness of unfamiliarity. How we bridge that divide and engender trust in each other is critical to the eventual outcome. They constitute the foundation for the entire initiative.
The older dichotomies of north-south, rich-poor, modern-traditional, secular-religious are all currently being reconfigured and rethought. And they're being rethought under the immense pressures of rapid technological change and radical transitions on the social, political and economic fronts.
I have been part of a generation that talk and talk and talk. Stop the talk here and begin the action.
Teaching promotes learning. So the essence of education is learning. Some people define education as learning of worthwhile things. Worthwhile, somebody has to make a decision as to what is worthwhile, what is not worthwhile.
It's very clear that we're starting to see the religious factor really taken into account in development. It's an evolution of a new understanding of the role of religion in social development. A new theology of development work has emerged. One of the important things, and this is quite typical across countries, religious leaders tend to be trusted more than government leaders.
Economics, development, all those important issues, climate change, climate justice, you name policies, how do you explain it and speak to it in a faith language? And how do you take your faith and articulate your prophetic voice in the main sphere? The key group to work with are faith communities. We have the largest constituents, more than governments even.
Collaborating as an interfaith group to try and continue that development, I mean, that's probably the question, is how can we work together for the development of not only the people, but also the environment in which the people live in.
I mean, after all, this is God's garden, and we are part of this garden as well, and we should be nurturing and caring for this.
We're talking about sustainable development, meaning development that is inclusive of the different communities, that is aware of the strengths that they have, but also the particular needs and cultural contexts. That's what makes development sustainable. And if you're going to have that, you need to have those voices represented, and that includes faith perspectives and backgrounds as well.
Just imagine everyone working together. Well, some may argue that it is not possible, but just visualize for a moment everyone working together. What will it do for our national security? What about the social integration? What about the economic development?
One of my dreams that I have expressed when I was inducted as president is to pay visits to our Muslim brothers and Hindu brothers, to pay visit and just to go and sit with them and talk of how will we move forward together.
Religion of whichever disposition people are has this function of giving encouragement, giving strength, giving purpose, and also reminding us that we do this education for the service of others.
It's a shared space for all of us, and we just need to find the common grounds where we can interact and work together.
All faiths should come together in a united voice to support our people facing these issues.
We've had increased understanding between those who attended, commitments on the part of various organizations represented here to work together, to address these issues, to call upon their religious and political leaders also to take action in these areas. I still have to sit down and catch my breath, and really think back on it, but I'm riding a cloud right now. It really went wonderfully well.